Hi everyone, welcome to another movie review by me, Beardo. Today I will be reviewing Coco. Coco is a story set on the Day of the Dead festival about a young boy called Miguel. His family have banned music from their lives due to one of their great ancestors being left by a man who was a musician. They blame the musician for creating so much misery in the family, so they have banned it. But unbeknownst to them, Miguel longs to play music, he longs to play the guitar, and it's about him fighting for the right to love music and to play music against his family's odds. On his journey, he gets taken to the land of the dead, and that's where he goes on a discovery to find out the meaning of his family and about the man who had left his ancestor many years before. First of all, I'd like to say that I think it's great that Disney and Pixar have created a Mexican movie where the cast, the voice actors, is largely made up of Mexican actors themselves. It gives a great authenticity to the movie, and you can really sense that the people have some honour against this tradition, the Day of the Dead, in their own cultures. The film was directed by Lee Unkrich, and he also directed Toy Story 3. The film is absolutely beautiful. All the vibrant colours, especially in the land of the dead, look absolutely amazing on screen. And you can tell like some ideas and thoughts have actually been executed down to the T for this. You know, in the background you can see skyscrapers and the way the land of the dead is built up, but around them you see a lot of sugar candy skulls, and you see the way that it creates so many different shapes, all in stuff to do with the Day of the Dead. And it was very fun and interesting to point these things out and notice them. It just shows the detail that's gone into making this film. Miguel is voiced by Anthony Gonzalez, and I think he does a really good job of capturing this young essence and this want to do something more than run in his family's footsteps. He wants to branch out and he wants to be inspired and he wants to create music. On his journey, Miguel meets Hector, who is trying to find a way out of the land of the dead in order to come back to the living to see his family for one last time. After they meet, Hector is trying to help Miguel get to Ernesto de la Cruz, who he believes will be able to get him back to the land of the living. Gael, Garcia, Bernal and Benjamin Bratt voice these characters, and it's great to hear two big actors come in and really stretch their talents by doing some voice work. I mean, I think it's a lot harder personally to be able to create characters just for using your voice rather than the actual actions of yourself. I really did enjoy Coco. I thought it was a very sweet film, and it touches on some very good themes of family and tradition, especially for a culture that a lot of people aren't really familiar with. But hearing so much about the film before it actually came out, I have to say I was a little underwhelmed with the final product. There's a film that came out a few years ago called The Book of Life, which I think is very similar in dealing with the land of the dead, but I think The Book of Life was more successful. For me, I didn't feel like music was an integral part of the story in Coco. There's lots of scenes of Miguel talking about his love for music, and there's one towards the beginning where you hear him play, but it's in sync with his favourite artist of all time, who is Ernesto de la Cruz. So when he's playing, he's actually playing alongside Ernesto de la Cruz on the TV, and you can't really hear his passion, you can't really hear how good he is. So for me that was a bit of an issue. Also at times his family in the land of the dead were actually perceived to be the villains, and I didn't really like that. I understand that there's conflict between tradition and passion, but I think it could have been played off a little better. The story moves along at a very good pace, it keeps you entertained throughout, there's some great laughs, and I think that even though it wasn't exactly what I was expecting, I still really enjoyed it. It was still a good film. So for those reasons, I'm going to score Coco 3.5 out of 5. Thanks for sticking around for another one of my movie reviews. Give it a thumbs up, comment or subscribe, and you will see more videos coming from me soon. Thank you.